Now, on this program, we discuss a lot of matters about health, mental health, issues that should matter to you. What's your gut health looking like? Food is something that we've been looking at for a very long time. So we thought we'll bring you in different episodes, different kinds of food and how to approach food, how to look at it as well. So today, we look at frozen foods, the good, the bad, the ugly of it. There are some upsides, there are some downsides as well. Not all packaged food is really bad for you. So we'll discuss that over this explainer. Let's get started. Let's discuss the upside of frozen food first, and that to start with the very convenient one. It is quite convenient. You open a freezer, you get your favorite food and you cook it and it's done, right? Frozen food can also save a lot of time. A blessing for workaholics. Frozen food has long durability also. It may be saved for months, may prevent the spread of bacteria, not vulnerable to unwanted microorganisms as well. And frozen food, it reduces food wastage, longer durability, aids reduced food wastage, and a lot of fresh food ends up in our garbage, remember, that rather than just being on our plates. It also helps restaurants make their process more efficient, pre-cooked food, shorter waiting time as well. Flexible meal plans, spontaneous food choices, all of that is happening in our lives today because of frozen food. We all knew this by now, we've all been eating it because of that. But did you know the downsides of frozen food? It does not taste as good as fresh food. I'm sure you've noticed that, witnessed it. There is limited variety. There is the cooling chain problem as well. So health issues, power outages and other issues. That means that there might be a time when the food that you're having, especially if it's seafood that is frozen, if there has been shortage in power in the meanwhile, it might go bad, right? Texture may be altered when the food is frozen. Some frozen dishes actually contain preservatives. Preservatives help food last longer, but the regular intake of these preservatives may cause serious health issues as well. Opt for foods that don't really contain too many preservatives, and that's often advised. Some food may lose precious nutrients and vitamins, and that's really the heart of the entire debate on the other side over here. Now, most frozen food contains far fewer vitamins than fresh food. And incorrect freezer temperature may be also a problem, and food may get bad after a rather short period if it is not exactly frozen at the right temperature. Then another downside is something called a freezer burn. I'm not sure if you knew that name, but I'm sure you've experienced it. This is a stage of food where the moisture loss happens. There is an ice crystal that is formed right on top of the top layer, especially with meat, etc., and evaporating from the surface area of the product. Patchy, unpleasant taste, all of that is what comes with as a downside to frozen food. But then we looked at, okay, what is the best way to eat food? And without a doubt, it is eating what is available locally to you, right? Embracing local stuff. Vocal for local actually stands for food as well. The quality is much, much higher for food when it is procured locally. It tastes better, there is better freshness, it has lesser shelf life, but the quality issues are not there at all. There is no added chemicals and aimed at transit as well. It's more nutritious. Ripe fruits, veggies contain the most nutrients, and eating locally means that you'll be eating in season. The natural cycle of the produce is designed to suit your gut health as well, and really can't talk enough about that one. Local food is also great for environment. Lesser food transportation, lesser carbon footprint, and more likely to be organic as well. Local food markets, consumers have questions on direct procurement, purchaser interaction, community standards, unlike the supermarket interaction, which is less purchases as well. So all of that really contributing and telling us that procuring what's in season, what's around you, what's available locally is the best thing. But what do people like us in the national capital do? There is no farming happening around. There is nothing local per se. We get mostly from our neighboring states, and mostly we get everything round the year. I have been faced with this question a lot of times, and I'm sure so have you. So we looked at what exactly is the nutrition quotient of the food that you eat, or it's called the nutrition density. It's important to understand that when you're picking up an item to consume. Now, what is that? Let's just define that for you. Nutrient density is the amount of healthful nutrient in ratio to the calorie content on the food that you're having. The food that has high nutrient density, such as fruits, vegetables, has higher nutrients and fewer calories. The food that has low nutrient density, that is soda, candy, all the stuff that you pick out of a packet or stuff that you're just picking out of a vending machine, all of them have very, very few nutrients but a lot of calorie. But going back to processed food for a minute, a question is that, is all processed food really unhealthy? The answer is no, not all processed food is unhealthy. Some foods are minimally processed for the purpose of preservation. For example, it may change the nutrient content of the food as well, but not entirely. Fruits and vegetables and meats are frozen to preserve their nutrient content and keep them fresh for longer hours. How they do it is the question. Low-fat milk, clean and milled whole grains, seeds, pressed oils, frozen veggies, all have undergone some kind of processing, yet they are healthy. Milk, flour, juices which are fortified or canned, fruits packed in natural juice or water may not be considered healthy because they have more amount of preservatives in it. However, highly processed foods, also known as ultra processed foods, may harm your health as well. Many nutrients can be lost or removed. For example, peeled fruits, they remove the fiber and antioxidants levels present in them. Absolutely, dehydration may lead to loss of certain water solubles, vitamins and minerals as well. And further, some processed food have a high amount of salt, sugar, fat added to them to increase the shelf life and improve flavor. Not healthy for you. One may not be able to control the addition of these extra additives. However, one can control purchasing such products while going grocery shopping. But it's not always easy to determine what's good and what's not good for you.